Hi, this is Naomi with Sword and Steel, and today's video is all about this contrast paint, Asurmen Blue. Contrast paints work over light primers. They are a transparent paint, and the brighter the undercoat, the brighter the contrast paint over top. These two, from left to right, are painted with the Citadel Spray Gracier and the Citadel Spray Wraithbone. The one in my hand is the Wraithbone. As you can see, Asurmen Blue is a very vibrant blue, so pretty. But also it's quite transparent and fluid. It will pool excessively into all of the crevices and cracks. So make sure to keep collecting that pooling as you go so you aren't left with any large dark areas that cover up any of the detail beneath and just look very out of place. Do not try to leave shadows with this color. As it dries, it will leave shadows all by itself. I'm only putting on enough to cover, testing how thin I can make the cover, and the thinner I go, it turns out, the more a highlight comes out, which is the beauty of contrast paints, but this is definitely one of more contrasting of the contrast paints. So I really like this blue. It is so gorgeous. By itself, mixed with other paints, there's so many things that you could do with it because it's just so vibrant. I'm going to be using it on canvases to paint beautiful blue skies. Maybe the wings of my Sylvaneth with some kind of sparkly effect. It is very similar to the Telesar Blue Contrast paint, and I imagine if you had it on the same model, it'd be hard to tell apart. The Asurmen Blue's hue is definitely cooler. Side by side, you can tell the difference. If I were to shadow either of these colors, I would choose, I think, the Celestium Blue. It has more purple and would do really well for both Asurmen Blue and for Telesar Blue, and I would do that as a dry layer over top the Asurmen Blue rather than as a wet blending because, well, it's just easier to do it that way, so why not? You have a limited amount of time before the contrast paint that you put on starts to dry, and you cannot touch a contrast paint when it's partially dry. It will ruin the effect entirely. As for metal, this is so pretty. I am absolutely thrilled. It's a lovely color to put over a silver metal. I have to test this color out over gold. So I painted this scholar's cloak with Retributor armor. I like Retributor armor's color, but I also very much like its opacity for this particular job. With one thin layer, I can cover the cloak in an even coat of paint that keeps the details of the cloak's design really well. If I had to do a second layer, all of this filigree might be less pronounced, and that isn't what I want. And now I just apply one thin layer of Asurmen Blue over the Retributor armor. And over the other areas, I left Wraithbone. And voila! After it dries, it looks so pretty. Surprisingly, if there weren't any designs on the cloak to catch more or less of the Asurmen Blue in different areas, I'm quite certain that this Asurmen Blue over Retributor armor turns out to be just Pterodon Turquoise contrast over silver metal. Well, now we know. And he's got a really pretty cloak. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you had any questions about this color and colors that you might like to see with it, just let me know in the comments below, as I have other videos of paints to make and it could be in those ones. Yes, this is indeed Asurmen Blue, just one layer of it on my fingers, and I think with several, not one coat, but with multiple coats, be able to put it over a flat surface area pretty easily. It'd be the darkest part of Asurmen Blue over a flat surface, and it may need, because of its desire to go into crevices, you may need 3 layers to make it a flat surface. I would just go with the airbrush, personally. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye! I enjoy the slight metallic, the softer metallic, but if you really wanted to bring it out, I think a gloss varnish over top, either sprayed on or airbrushed on. I wouldn't suggest brushing it on just because it would become more glossy in the crevices and that wouldn't be realistic, but airbrushing it on or spraying on a gloss or at least a semi-gloss would bring out that metallic effect even more, if you're interested. Okay, bye.